Hello, my name is Ben Hofstetter, here for the Week 5 video. When we say the word critical in terms of looking at communication in sport, we mean a lot of things, to be honest. We're talking about the power that sports have in a society. We're talking about the cultural impacts it has, as well as its social dynamics. First, when we're looking at communication in sport through a critical lens, you notice that it coincides with a number of class concepts. The first one is identity, which this deals with how people create their personalities and culture through sport. In the case of Colin Kaepernick, he used the environment created by the sport to broadcast his views. With constitutive rhetoric, or how language shapes our identity, is on full display when Colin Kaepernick decides to take a knee. The symbolism of Kaepernick's actions sparked a level of conversation about race that I don't think we had seen in this country in some time. When it comes to CRT, or critical race theory, the Kaepernick example, I think, is a pretty good one of that. Through the events of Kaepernick, we see how real-life issues carry over into sports. When he kneeled, he challenged systematic racism, and then that very system that he was opposing chewed him up and spit him out. The Mandela speech and the Billings TED Talk both kind of stated that sports are much more impactful and integral in society than I think a lot of people realize. But in the Billings video, he more focused on how he thinks sports should be taught, not necessarily how to play, but just to understand its cultural impacts. And Mandela focused on how sports bring peace and how the athletes are almost kind of sort of ambassadors. And I think both of these ideas are shown in the Kaepernick example. Kaepernick was, basically an ambassador for Black Lives Matter and the issues that they're fighting against. And with the Billings TED Talk, we can see how culturally impactful what he did was. It's deeper than just the wins or the losses, as Billings was saying. And I would definitely say that I agree with what Billings and Mandela both said. I've played sports basically my whole life. I've met a lot of people. It gave me structure that I think I needed. And there's a lot of examples of sports being, much bigger than the sport itself. We can look at Didier Drogba, a soccer player from the Ivory Coast, and he basically single-handedly stopped a civil war in their country, just based off of literally how good he was at the sport and the words that he spoke about what was going on in his country. Thank you.